Hi everybody, namaste to you and welcome. Today I want to speak about the natural state of consciousness and really how to connect to your true infinite higher self. Now, if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and if you wish to be part of my spiritual podcast called Consciously Awakening, feel free to send me a message. Also, if you wish to work with me personally on a one-on-one level, feel free to contact me at my Facebook address in the description below. Now, the natural state of consciousness. Well, I believe that in our natural state of consciousness, we are experiencing love. Okay, love is, from my perspective, love is actually the highest vibrational energy into the universe. And what I've seen is the fact that when I operate from love, I create good karma. Okay, so love is actually the natural state of consciousness. Love is who we are, okay? Everything else is an illusion, someone said. And your higher self, your true authentic self speaks to you through love. Okay, it speaks to you through your heart space, it speaks to you through your intuition, through a vibration of love. Now, what I've seen in my journey was the fact that it wasn't always easy to connect back to the state of love, and sometimes I found myself being in hate, sometimes I found myself being in anger, sometimes I found myself being in resistance. Okay, and in those moments I really had to have patience. Okay, so the first advice, if you really want to reconnect back to your natural state of consciousness, realize that it may not happen in an instant. Okay, it may not happen in an instant. So you gotta have patience. You gotta have patience with your emotional field. You gotta have patience with your mental body. You gotta have patience with your manifestations, and you gotta be detached. Okay, because what I'm realizing is the fact that I am not my thoughts, I am not my feelings. I am actually the observer of these things. Okay, so in essence, I am actually the one that observes these things. Okay, it means that you are not your thoughts. Okay, you are not your thoughts. And when you step into the state of observation, you realize that you can actually get to transform and transcend these feelings. You get to transform and transcend your state of consciousness. You get to transcend your thoughts. Okay, so you are actually the observer of your feelings. You are the observer of your thoughts. And when you step into this state, you also release resistance. Okay, so my suggestion is have patience and really get to observe your feelings, because when you identify yourself with your feelings, you create resistance. But when you accept your feelings and when you observe your feelings, you also release resistance. Now, what I've seen in my own journey was the fact that sometimes I was in states of consciousness that didn't serve me. Okay, they didn't serve me. And in those moments, I had to learn to alchemize them. You know, I had to learn to move into a higher state of consciousness. How did I do this? Well, I had patience and I trusted life. You know, I trusted myself, I trusted my higher self, I trusted my inner being. And I realized that if I trust and if I realize that everything that is happening exactly as it is meant to happen, I get to actually create a reality that will actually serve me. Okay, I will get to step into that state of consciousness that will actually serve me, that will actually help me be my best version. Now, they speak about in Taoism about Wu Wei, and this translates itself as inaction or effortless action. Now, Wu Wei doesn't mean not doing anything. It actually means doing things without being attached to doing. Okay, so when you really get to find that ease, and when you get to actually find that, when you get to be in that state that fits you best, you also step into the Wu Wei state of consciousness. And that is actually the flow. Okay, that is the flow, that is the higher intuition, that is the state of consciousness that is represented by effortless action. Okay, it is the state of consciousness that is represented by effortless action. And in our essence, I believe from my perspective that we are meant to create at ease, and we are meant to live life based on love. You know, we are meant to forgive others. We are meant to actually step into a heart space. And what I've seen is the fact that if I wanted to create something positive, I had to send something positive out there. Okay, I had to learn to really fix the things in my life based on my inner state of consciousness. This is also how to step into the natural state of consciousness. You have to make peace with your own circumstances, because when you don't make peace with the circumstances in your life, and when you don't make peace with others, you may create an energy block. Okay, you may create bad karma, you may create something that will actually return into your energy field in a negative way. So my suggestion is try as much as possible to actually make peace with the circumstances in your life. That is how to step into your natural state of consciousness. You have to realize that it's all good and you are not defined by your past. Okay, you have the opportunity to heal your past. You are not defined by your mistakes. You have the opportunity to accept your mistakes. Okay, what you are defined by is your state of beingness, and when that is actually operating from and as love, you also increase your energy to the next level. So my suggestion is try as much as possible to listen to your intuition, because again, the higher self speaks to you through your intuition. It speaks to you through your feelings. And really, when you get to listen to what you feel, you also give the opportunity for creativity. You also give the opportunity for the natural state of consciousness. You also give the opportunity for higher vibrational frequencies. Okay, so the natural state of consciousness, what I've seen is the fact that I had to see myself like I was already there. Okay, I had to actually plan that into my mind, and I had to trust. So my suggestion is accept yourself, love yourself, and also see yourself like you are already there, because you are. You know, you are exactly where you need to be. Okay, this is what I'm realizing within my own self. Even if my past has wounded me, even if I got hurt by some events, I still was where I needed to be, and I still am right now where I need to be. So my suggestion is open your heart to the vibration of trust. Okay, when you trust, you also gain confidence. You know, when you trust, you also open your heart to infinite possibilities, and there are infinite possibilities. Okay, so the higher self constantly speaks to you. Okay, the higher self constantly speaks to you, and it speaks to you through your intuition. And the higher self may be the inner child. Someone said that the higher self is disguised as the inner child. So love yourself. You know, when you love yourself and when you accept yourself, you also increase your frequency, and you also step into your natural state of consciousness, and you will also connect to your true authentic self. Okay, so open your heart. You know, open your heart, and from my perspective, you should actually operate from good intentions. Okay, because when you have good intentions, you create good karma. You know, when you have good intentions, you open the space for love to come into your heart. You know, that is how to step into your natural state of consciousness. Forgiveness. So forgive yourself, forgive others, and realize that life is actually an infinite journey. Okay, you have all the opportunities to actually live your best life, but you gotta be smart in the process, and you gotta follow your dreams, and you gotta follow your passions. You know, so yeah. The higher self is actually the source self. The higher self is the source self, and source energy is love. Okay, source energy is love. The higher self speaks to you through your emotional body as a vibration of love. Okay, so someone said, love is my truth, love is who I am, everything else is an illusion. And I really love this. Okay, love is actually the highest vibrational energy in the universe. Operate from love and see what happens. Try as much as possible to accept yourself, and try as much as possible to question yourself, you know, because if you live in ignorance, then you will not have the opportunity to get to know things in a deeper way, you know. So yeah, realize that the natural state of consciousness is something that may be available at any moment in time, but if you have blockages, and if you have attachments, and if you operate from the ego, then you actually block the natural state of consciousness. Then you block love. Okay, so my suggestion is go deeper within yourself. You know, go deeper within yourself, and really get to open your heart to the experience of the present moment. Try as much as possible to accept your failures. Try as much as possible to integrate yourself. Try as much as possible to go deeper into the rabbit hole and see what happens. Okay, so this is today's message on connecting with your natural state of consciousness. In Taoism, Wu Wei means inaction or effortless action. You can do things but without being attached to the word doing. You can do things without being attached to the outcome. You can do things in an effortless state of consciousness. Okay, so the higher self speaks to you through your emotional body, and when you listen to your intuition, you also listen to your higher self. In connecting back to the self, you have to realize that you are not perfect, but you are perfect in your imperfections. And one other tip would be realize that you are actually exactly where you are meant to be. Accept, trust, love, and see what happens. Guys, thanks so much for watching. This was today's message on connecting back to the natural state of consciousness and connecting to your true self. Thanks so much for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. I love you so much, much peace, and see ya.